Hello, welcome to Vet Talks. It's a channel where basically we talk about anything. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was joining the military. There's a lot of people still joining the military, and there are lots of how can I say? Why would most people join the military? Mainly because it's a steady job. Um, I used to work for a company that shut down, and I was with them for about 2 years, and there were people that had been there for like 15 years, waiting to get to their 20-year mark so they could retire, and the company shut down. So I was having to go look for work again, and joining the military for me was always one of those things that I always wanted to do. So as I got up closer in age to where the deadline was, I said, you know what, it's either now or never. So I ended up joining. Um, I wanted a steady job. I wanted something that was a guaranteed job, and that's what the Army is. The Army is a guaranteed job. If you work in a regular job, and let's say for instance you get hurt, and let's say for instance it's your fault. Let's say you, I've heard of stories of like people going skiing and they hit a tree, and if you had a regular job, well, you're not even gonna get workman's comp. I don't know what you're gonna get because it wasn't job related. So the job ain't gonna pay you for nothing. But in the military, you're still getting your paycheck, even though it's your fault. They're gonna send you to the hospital. They're gonna fix you up, surgery, all that stuff, and you're still getting your full paycheck. And that's one of the benefits of joining the military. Well, there's a trade-off for that. There's a trade-off because joining the military, you have to follow strict rules and regulations, unlike the civilian world. Like, for instance, you can't have facial hair. No, because you wear a gas mask, and the gas mask has to be able to seal around your face so that you're not breathing in the toxic fumes and stuff like that. Now, there are people that do have what's called a profile. Maybe they shave, they get all these bumps, so they said, well, okay, you can go ahead and have facial hair, to a certain standard. Another thing is you cannot grow your hair out. You can't have hair can't go past a certain part of your ear. For your sideburns. I know at one point they were talking about taking off the sideburns altogether, going straight back like the Marines had it. That was a major pushback, so they didn't implement that. There was a rule on tattoos. You couldn't have tattoos that exposed like on your neck or your hands or anything that would show outside of a sleeve. You couldn't have tattoos. So there was this big old time period where everybody had to get all their tattoos, taking a picture of it. So they took a picture of it, and maybe you started a tattoo. Maybe you were working on your big sleeve, and you wanted to finish it out. Well, guess what? You couldn't do it no more. Anything that was originally there at that point, stop. And that went on for a while, and then they got rid of it. There's always rules and regulations that the military may push out. I think it's because they want a certain look for military. They want to, professional, clean cut. They want you to be able to identify a soldier or, a military member. They want you to identify them out of the regular public. They want them to stand out. So when joining the military, great benefits. Oh my God, great benefits. You're talking about, a lot of people talk, oh, I hate the medical coverage or whatever. But guess what? You ain't got to pay no copays. There's no copays. I had to pay copays. One time I had to pay $70 for little needle heads because, I'm a diabetic and I have to have injections. But just for the little needle heads, $70 my copay. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it's a shock when you get out of the military and you end up with all these having to pull out of pocket a lot of stuff. So the military has a lot of great benefits. And I think right now it's probably the best time to join the military because we're not in war no more. We're not really, doing all that stuff we were doing, it's past. So this is a great time, especially with the country the way it is right now. A lot of jobs out. You can't rely on society right now because there's just so much shutdowns and everything like that. But guess what? In the military, you get paid no matter what. In the military, they actually invent holidays. It's called a danza. They're like, hey, you got a 4-day holiday for whatever. We made up a holiday. It's just have fun. So for 4 days, you're like, man, I'm sleeping in. There's a trade-off. You do work hard a lot of times, especially if you're going to go do some training events or stuff like that. There are times where you really have to go and eat dirt, basically. You're going to go out there and live in the dirt, and you're going to get full of dirt, and you ain't going to have your showers every day. And, there's this place called NTC where you go out there and you live in the dirt for like 20 days, 30 days, who knows how long it sometimes, and you have to, it's a trade-off, but I would tell anybody, join the military. My grandfather, he was Air Force, he retired, and he told me one day when I was 18, he told me, I don't care what service you join, just join a service, just join it, do your 20 years, and that's it. That was one of the greatest advices that he had given me, and I did it. And looking back, yeah, I went through a lot of struggle, I went through a lot of pain, I went through a lot of whatever, but at the same time, I made it out, got past it. Any injuries or whatever that I wanted to get fixed, they'll send you to get fixed. I had back problems, and they sent me to a chiropractor. You can't get that right now with regular insurance. Your insurance ain't going to pay for no chiropractor, but the military, yeah, whatever it is you need, they're going to help you out, and that's one of the good things about the military life, so if you're thinking about joining it, join the military, I would highly encourage it. There was a lot to get out of it, and this is probably the best time. With the way the world is right now, this is the best time. You need that security blanket of job security. All right, with that being said, I will see y'all later.